Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know. Book by Adam Grant. Detailed Summary. Part I. Individual Rethinking, Updating Our Own Views. Chapter 1. A preacher, a prosecutor, a politician, and a scientist walk into your mind. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the importance of open-mindedness and the willingness to change one's beliefs in order to grow and learn. In one chapter, he uses the analogy of a preacher, a prosecutor, a politician, and a scientist walking into one's mind to highlight the different mindsets people can have when approaching new information and ideas. The preacher represents the closed-minded mindset, where one clings to their beliefs and is unwilling to consider alternative viewpoints. The prosecutor, on the other hand, approaches new information with the intent of proving their pre-existing beliefs right and others wrong. The politician is willing to change their beliefs based on what is popular or politically expedient. Lastly, the scientist embodies the open-minded mindset, constantly seeking new information and willing to revise their beliefs based on evidence. Grant emphasizes the importance of adopting a scientist's mindset, as it allows individuals to learn and grow, and ultimately make better decisions. He explains that being open-minded means being willing to acknowledge and challenge one's own biases, seek out and listen to differing opinions, and revise one's beliefs based on evidence. Grant provides several examples of individuals who have adopted the scientist's mindset, including Charles Darwin, who was open to revising his beliefs about evolution despite initial skepticism, and former U.S. President Barack Obama, who made a point of seeking out dissenting opinions in order to make more informed decisions. The author also discusses the concept of cognitive flexibility, which refers to the ability to shift one's mindset and approach problems from different angles. This skill is particularly important in today's rapidly changing world, where new information and technology are constantly emerging. Grant acknowledges that adopting an open-minded and flexible mindset can be difficult, as it requires individuals to confront their own biases and be willing to revise long-held beliefs. However, he argues that the benefits of doing so are significant, including increased creativity, better decision-making, and stronger relationships with others. In conclusion, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know encourages readers to adopt an open-minded and flexible mindset in order to learn, grow, and make better decisions. The preacher, prosecutor, politician, and scientist analogy serves as a helpful reminder of the different mindsets people can have when approaching new information, and highlights the importance of being willing to revise one's beliefs based on evidence. Chapter 2. The Armchair Quarterback and the Imposter, Finding the Sweet Spot of Confidence. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the balance between confidence and humility when it comes to decision-making and problem-solving. In this chapter, he uses the analogy of the armchair quarterback and the imposter to highlight the extremes of overconfidence and underconfidence. The armchair quarterback represents the overconfident individual who believes they know everything and have all the answers. They are often quick to judge and dismiss others' ideas, and are resistant to feedback or criticism. On the other hand, the imposter represents the underconfident individual who doubts their own abilities and is hesitant to speak up or take action. They may feel like they don't belong or that they are not qualified enough to contribute. Grant argues that both extremes can be detrimental and that the key to success lies in finding the sweet spot of confidence, where one has the right balance of self-assuredness and humility. He explains that being confident means having faith in one's own abilities and knowledge, while also recognizing and accepting one's limitations and seeking out help and feedback from others. To illustrate this point, Grant provides examples of individuals who have found the sweet spot of confidence, such as NBA coach Steve Kerr, who is both confident in his own abilities and open to learning from his players and assistant coaches, and writer J.K. Rowling, who balances confidence in her writing with a willingness to revise and improve her work based on feedback. Grant also discusses the concept of earned confidence, which refers to the confidence that comes from experience and skill building. He explains that this type of confidence is more sustainable and authentic than the overconfidence of the armchair quarterback, which is often based on delusion or luck. The author acknowledges that finding the sweet spot of confidence can be challenging, as it requires individuals to be self-aware and open to feedback. However, he argues that the benefits of doing so are significant, including better decision-making, stronger relationships, and greater success in life. In conclusion, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know encourages readers to find the sweet spot of confidence by balancing self-assuredness with humility and openness to feedback. The armchair quarterback and imposter analogies serve as helpful reminders of the extremes of overconfidence and underconfidence and highlight the importance of earning and maintaining confidence through experience and skill building. Chapter 3. The Joy of Being Wrong, the Thrill of Not Believing Everything You Think. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the idea that being wrong can be a positive and enriching experience. In one chapter, he discusses the joy of being wrong and the thrill of not believing everything you think. Grant argues that being wrong can lead to growth and learning, as it allows individuals to challenge their assumptions and expand their perspectives. He explains that being open to the possibility of being wrong requires a certain level of humility and intellectual curiosity, as well as a willingness to learn from others and admit one's mistakes. To illustrate this point, Grant provides examples of individuals who have embraced the joy of being wrong, such as scientist Richard Feynman, who was unafraid to admit when he was wrong and used his mistakes as opportunities to learn and grow, and author Catherine Schultz, who wrote a book on the subject of being wrong and the importance of embracing uncertainty. Grant also discusses the concept of confirmation bias, which refers to the tendency to seek out information that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs and to ignore or dismiss information that contradicts them. He explains that this bias can prevent individuals from growing and learning, as it reinforces their existing beliefs rather than challenging them. The author acknowledges that being wrong can be uncomfortable and even painful, as it requires individuals to confront their own biases and limitations. However, he argues that the benefits of being wrong far outweigh the costs, as it allows individuals to learn, grow, and ultimately make better decisions. In conclusion, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, encourages readers to embrace the joy of being wrong and the thrill of not believing everything they think. By being open to the possibility of being wrong and challenging their assumptions, individuals can learn and grow, expand their perspectives, and ultimately make better decisions. Chapter 4. The Good Fight Club, The Psychology of Constructive Conflict. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the concept of constructive conflict and the benefits of engaging in healthy, productive disagreements. In this chapter, he discusses the psychology of constructive conflict and the importance of challenging ideas and perspectives in a respectful and productive manner. Grant argues that constructive conflict can lead to better decision-making, stronger relationships, and more creative solutions to problems. He explains that healthy conflict requires individuals to be open to different perspectives and to engage in respectful dialogue with those who hold opposing views. To illustrate this point, Grant provides examples of individuals and organizations that have embraced constructive conflict, such as Pixar, which encourages its employees to engage in candid, constructive feedback and criticism, and former President Barack Obama, who surrounded himself with advisors who held diverse viewpoints and encouraged debate and discussion. Grant also discusses the concept of groupthink, which refers to the tendency for individuals within a group to conform to the dominant viewpoint and to avoid conflict or dissenting opinions. He explains that groupthink can lead to poor decision-making and can stifle creativity and innovation. The author acknowledges that engaging in constructive conflict can be challenging, as it requires individuals to be vulnerable and open to criticism. However, he argues that the benefits of doing so are significant, including better decision-making, stronger relationships, and more creative solutions to problems. In conclusion, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, encourages readers to embrace constructive conflict and to engage in healthy, productive disagreements. By challenging ideas and perspectives in a respectful and productive manner, individuals can make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and find more creative solutions to problems. Part 2. Interpersonal Rethinking, Opening Other People's Minds. Chapter 5. Dances with Foes, How to Win Debates and Influence People. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the art of debate and the importance of engaging in productive discussions with those who hold opposing viewpoints. In this chapter, he discusses how to win debates and influence people in a respectful and constructive manner. Grant argues that the goal of a debate should not be to win at all costs, but rather to engage in a productive dialogue that leads to a better understanding of the issues at hand. He emphasizes the importance of listening to the other person's perspective and being open to changing one's own views based on new information. To illustrate this point, Grant provides examples of individuals who have successfully engaged in productive debates, such as Nelson Mandela, who was able to build bridges with his political opponents and bring about change through dialogue and compromise, and Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was known for her ability to engage in respectful and constructive discussions with those who held opposing views. Grant also provides tips for engaging in productive debates, such as focusing on the issues rather than personal attacks, acknowledging the strengths of the other person's argument, and being willing to admit when one is wrong. The author acknowledges that engaging in productive debates can be challenging, as it requires individuals to be open-minded and to listen to viewpoints that may be in opposition to their own. However, he argues that the benefits of doing so are significant, including a better understanding of the issues at hand and the opportunity to find common ground with those who hold opposing views. In conclusion, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, encourages readers to engage in productive debates and to influence others in a respectful and constructive manner. By listening to opposing viewpoints, acknowledging the strengths of the other person's argument, and being willing to admit when one is wrong, individuals can build stronger relationships, find common ground, and make better decisions. Chapter 6. Bad Blood on the Diamond, Diminishing Prejudice by Destabilizing Stereotypes. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the impact of stereotypes and prejudice on our thinking and behavior. In this chapter, he discusses how to diminish prejudice by destabilizing stereotypes, using the example of a baseball team to illustrate his point. Grant argues that stereotypes are often based on incomplete or inaccurate information and can lead to harmful prejudices and discriminatory behavior. He explains that one way to combat these negative effects is to challenge and destabilize stereotypes by exposing individuals to new and diverse experiences. To illustrate this point, Grant provides an example of a baseball team that was able to diminish prejudice by intentionally diversifying its roster. The team's manager recognized that the players' negative attitudes towards each other were based on stereotypes and biases, and he believed that by exposing them to new and diverse experiences, he could challenge those stereotypes and create a more harmonious team dynamic. The manager recruited players from a wide range of backgrounds and ethnicities, and he encouraged them to interact and get to know each other off the field. Over time, the players developed a greater appreciation and respect for each other, and the negative attitudes and prejudices that had once existed began to dissipate. Grant also discusses the importance of exposing individuals to counter-stereotypical information, which can challenge and destabilize preconceived notions and biases. He provides examples of studies that have shown that exposure to counter-stereotypical information can lead to more positive attitudes towards members of stigmatized groups. In conclusion, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, encourages readers to challenge and destabilize stereotypes in order to combat prejudice and discrimination. By exposing individuals to new and diverse experiences and counter-stereotypical information, we can broaden our perspectives and develop more positive attitudes towards members of different groups. Chapter 7. Vaccine Whisperers and Mild-Mannered Interrogators, How the Right Kind of Listening Motivates People to Change. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the importance of effective communication and listening when it comes to motivating people to change their behavior. In this chapter, he discusses the role of vaccine whisperers and mild-mannered interrogators in persuading individuals to get vaccinated. Grant argues that listening is a key component of effective persuasion, as it allows individuals to understand the motivations and concerns of the other person and to tailor their arguments accordingly. He emphasizes the importance of empathetic listening, which involves putting oneself in the other person's shoes and trying to understand their perspective. To illustrate this point, Grant provides examples of individuals who have successfully motivated others to get vaccinated by using empathetic listening and tailoring their arguments to address the other person's concerns. These individuals, whom Grant refers to as vaccine whisperers, were able to establish trust and rapport with those who were initially hesitant about getting vaccinated, and they were able to persuade them by providing accurate information and addressing their concerns in a respectful and non-judgmental manner. Grant also discusses the importance of asking questions in a non-confrontational manner, which he refers to as mild-mannered interrogation. This approach involves asking questions to understand the other person's reasoning and to challenge their assumptions, without being confrontational or judgmental. By asking questions in this way, individuals can encourage the other person to think critically about their beliefs and to consider alternative viewpoints. In conclusion, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, emphasizes the importance of effective communication and listening when it comes to motivating others to change their behavior. By using empathetic listening and tailoring their arguments to address the other person's concerns, individuals can establish trust and rapport with those who are initially hesitant about changing their behavior. Additionally, by asking questions in a non-confrontational manner, individuals can encourage the other person to think critically and to consider alternative viewpoints. Part 3. Collective Rethinking: Creating Communities of Lifelong Learners. Chapter 8. Charged Conversations, Depolarizing Our Divided Discussions. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the issue of polarization in public discourse and offers strategies for depolarizing charged conversations. Grant argues that the increasing polarization of political and social views has led to a breakdown in communication and a reluctance to engage with those who hold opposing views. He suggests that this is not only unproductive, but also harmful to the health of our democracy and society as a whole. To address this problem, Grant suggests several strategies for depolarizing charged conversations. These include finding common ground. Rather than focusing on differences, Grant suggests starting with areas of agreement and building from there. By finding common ground, individuals can establish a sense of trust and mutual respect, which can help to facilitate more productive conversations. Asking questions. Grant emphasizes the importance of asking questions in order to better understand the other person's perspective. By asking open-ended questions and listening carefully to the responses, individuals can gain a deeper understanding of the other person's views and motivations. Acknowledging emotions. Grant suggests that emotions play a key role in charged conversations, and that acknowledging and validating the other person's emotions can help to de-escalate the situation. By expressing empathy and understanding, individuals can create a more positive and productive atmosphere for conversation. Challenging assumptions. Grant suggests that individuals should be willing to challenge their own assumptions and biases, as well as those of others. By examining the evidence and questioning long-held beliefs, individuals can create a more open and productive conversation. Reframing the conversation. Grant suggests that reframing the conversation in a more positive and productive light can help to depolarize the discussion. By focusing on solutions rather than problems, individuals can create a more constructive conversation. Overall, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know emphasizes the importance of depolarizing charged conversations in order to create a more productive and healthy society. By finding common ground, asking questions, acknowledging emotions, challenging assumptions, and reframing the conversation, individuals can create a more positive and productive atmosphere for discussion and debate. Chapter 9. Rewriting the Textbook, Teaching Students to Question Knowledge. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the idea of questioning knowledge and encourages educators to teach students how to question what they are taught, rather than simply accepting it as truth. Grant argues that the current educational system focuses too much on memorization and regurgitation of information, rather than critical thinking and questioning. He suggests that by teaching students to question knowledge, educators can create a more engaged and intellectually curious student body. To implement this approach, Grant suggests several strategies for rewriting the textbook and teaching students to question knowledge. These include encouraging curiosity. Grant argues that educators should focus on encouraging curiosity in their students. By fostering a sense of wonder and asking open-ended questions, educators can create a more engaged and intellectually curious student body. Questioning assumptions. Grant suggests that students should be taught to question assumptions and challenge the status quo. By encouraging students to think critically and question what they are taught, educators can create a more open and intellectually stimulating classroom environment. Emphasizing evidence-based reasoning. Grant argues that evidence-based reasoning should be a central focus of education. By teaching students how to evaluate evidence and draw conclusions based on evidence, educators can create a more informed and intellectually rigorous student body. Fostering intellectual humility. Grant emphasizes the importance of intellectual humility in questioning knowledge. By teaching students to recognize their own fallibility and limitations, educators can create a more humble and intellectually open student body. Encouraging dialogue and debate. Grant suggests that educators should encourage dialogue and debate in the classroom, as this can help to foster critical thinking and intellectual growth. By allowing students to express their opinions and engage in constructive debate, educators can create a more intellectually stimulating classroom environment. Overall, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know emphasizes the importance of teaching students to question knowledge and think critically. By encouraging curiosity, questioning assumptions, emphasizing evidence-based reasoning, fostering intellectual humility, and encouraging dialogue and debate, educators can create a more engaged and intellectually curious student body, leading to a more informed and intellectually rigorous society. Chapter 10. That's Not the Way We've Always Done It, Building Cultures of Learning at Work. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the idea of building cultures of learning at work and encourages individuals and organizations to embrace change and question the status quo. Grant argues that many organizations become stagnant and resistant to change because they focus too much on doing things the way they have always been done. He suggests that by embracing a culture of learning, organizations can become more adaptable, innovative, and successful. To build a culture of learning, Grant suggests several strategies. Embrace the power of why not. Instead of being stuck in the "that's the way we've always done it" mindset, ask why not, and be open to new ideas and approaches. Encourage experimentation. Grant suggests that individuals and organizations should embrace experimentation and be willing to try new things, even if they fail. Emphasize continuous learning. Grant argues that organizations should prioritize continuous learning and encourage employees to seek out new skills and knowledge. Foster a growth mindset. Grant suggests that individuals and organizations should embrace a growth mindset, which means seeing challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Celebrate curiosity. Grant emphasizes the importance of curiosity in building a culture of learning. By celebrating and encouraging curiosity, organizations can create a more intellectually stimulating and innovative environment. Overall, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know encourages individuals and organizations to embrace change, question the status quo, and build cultures of learning. By embracing a culture of learning, organizations can become more adaptable, innovative, and successful, leading to a more fulfilling and satisfying work environment. Part 4. Conclusion. Chapter 11. Escaping Tunnel Vision, Reconsidering Our Best-Laid Career and Life Plans. In Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know, author Adam Grant explores the idea of reconsidering our best-laid career and life plans and encourages individuals to escape tunnel vision and embrace a more flexible mindset. Grant argues that many individuals become trapped in tunnel vision, believing that they have to stick to a certain path or plan to be successful in their careers and lives. However, he suggests that being open to new opportunities and experiences can often lead to unexpected and fulfilling outcomes. To escape tunnel vision, Grant suggests several strategies. Embrace the idea of possibility thinking. Rather than being stuck in a fixed mindset, individuals should embrace the idea that anything is possible and be open to new opportunities and experiences. Emphasize exploration over exploitation. Grant suggests that individuals should focus on exploring new opportunities and experiences, rather than just exploiting what they already know or are good at. Seek out diverse experiences. Grant argues that seeking out diverse experiences can broaden one's perspective and lead to new insights and ideas. Be willing to pivot. Grant suggests that individuals should be willing to pivot and change direction if a particular path or plan is not working out. Embrace uncertainty. Grant emphasizes the importance of embracing uncertainty and not being afraid to take risks or try new things. Overall, Think Again, The Power of Knowing What You Don't Know encourages individuals to escape tunnel vision and embrace a more flexible mindset when it comes to their career and life plans. By being open to new opportunities and experiences, individuals can often discover unexpected and fulfilling paths that they may not have considered otherwise.